Be prepared for unpopular opinions because here are my 10 worst movies that I've seen in 2025. Let's get straight into it. Kicking us off is Until Dawn. Look, there was memorable moments in this, but overall this was underwhelming in my opinion. It wasn't very scary. It wasn't something that I'd ever go and watch again. And overall, it was just very mid. Continuing the run of bad horror movies that Sony put out in 2025 is 28 Years Later. Look, the first 30 minutes or so were quite good, and then it all went downhill from there. I didn't like the way this movie was shot. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the way the plot just went. And yeah, overall it was very underwhelming, and I left the theater just extremely disappointed. And next up is Heart Eyes. Now this came out around Valentine's Day, and it is themed around a Valentine's Day killer, as you can see by his mask with Love Heart Eyes. And look, I mean, it's a fun slasher, but overall, is it a great movie? Not really. Next up is Playdate. Now this stars Kevin James and Alan Ritchson, but I just didn't think that it was a fantastic movie. Yeah, there's some funny moments in here that did get me laughing, but overall, there's some terrible visuals, there's some really cheesy moments, and it's just one of those streaming movies that you're going to watch once and never again. I said there would be unpopular opinions, and this is going to be one of them. Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy was one of my least favorite movies of 2025. I'm so sorry. I know so many of you have cult love for this movie. Me, on the other hand, I don't really gel with these movies. It's not made for me. It's never meant to appeal to me. And it doesn't. I'm sorry, it was one of the worst I watched this year. Next up is Good Boy, which is a horror movie told exactly from a dog's perspective. This is really unique, it's creative, and nothing has ever been done like this before in the horror movie genre. And for that, it deserves its praise, but overall, as a package, as a movie, it's not great. The visuals aren't very good, the story isn't very memorable, and it's not one that I would ever watch again. It's only like 80 minutes as well, but I felt that runtime, even though it was extremely short, it's just not very good. Another unpopular opinion is a Minecraft movie. I just don't think that it was very good overall. Yes, the memes are funny, and yes, Lava Chicken is a catchy song, but overall, it's not one that I'd probably ever watch again. It just doesn't have rewatchability value for me, and it's just not good. Another horror movie comes onto this list because The Woman in the Yard was just absolutely terrible. It was so boring, I wanted to skip through it at times. I actually watched this on streaming. I'm so glad I didn't pay money to go see it in the cinema, because it would have been the biggest waste of money of the year. It was just bad on every level, and I actually liked the trailer and I thought that it was going to be good, but it wasn't. I usually love action comedies, but Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz couldn't save this one. Back in Action came out on Netflix. I actually couldn't even remember what the story was for this one. It was that shit. So yeah, I don't even know what to say about this other than it's terrible. The worst movie I've seen this year is The Damned. It's on Netflix. If you're ever having trouble sleeping, put this on because it'll put you straight to sleep. I nearly fell asleep about 6 times watching this thing, and the runtime isn't even that long. The premise of the story is quite interesting, but the movie as a whole is so shit that I never want to watch it again, and it was the worst I've seen this year. Let me know in the comments what the worst movie in your opinion was in 2025.